Embrace the voices in your head. We've all been told that if you're hearing voices in your head, you might be considered crazy or traumatized. What if you stopped fighting the voices in your head and started listening to them? So, I was talking with a friend the other day, listening again to some of her old complaints about how nothing was going well in her life. And finally, she said, I am so tired of feeling like I'm drowning in the voices in my head and my own thoughts. One voice tells me that I'm not doing enough, another whispers that I've failed as a mother, and still another says I can't find a job because I don't have any marketable skills. After all, I didn't finish college. I know I'm supposed to fight off the negative thoughts and be more positive, but that just isn't working for me. I am exhausted. I said to my friend, here's another voice for you. You're still here, and that means something. But I have a question for you. Do you want to be well? Do you want to stop constantly feeling like you're failing and nothing in your life is going well? Of course, she said. Well, then, what if instead of fighting them, you embrace the voices in your head? Not to believe them all, but to understand where they're coming from and what lesson you can learn from them. I decided to put into 3 steps the message I was trying to get across to my friend. I said, you can, you will, and you must. And I made some notes here, so I'm going to be kind of referring to my notes. You can hear the voices in your head without judgment. You will learn what they reveal, and you must neutralize the lies. So, point one, hear the voices in your head without judgment. You and I were taught that we need to fight against and block out all negative thoughts because they would contaminate us somehow or cause us to sin. We saw those we admired and trusted do and say things to deny that they even had negative thoughts. We watched them lie and cover up, so we learned to do the same. What if instead of playing ping pong and constantly volleying our thoughts back and forth, we let them land and examine them instead? Not every voice in your head is harmful. Some come from fear, some from past wounds, some from your inner protector. Before you dismiss them all, pause and really listen. What are they trying to say? Point two, learn from what those inner voices reveal. Every inner voice has a root, some unmet need, some past experience, or a belief you picked up somewhere along the way. Ask yourself, where did this voice come from? Is it telling you the truth or just reflecting old pain? And point three, neutralize those lies. Some voices lie. When they do, gently but firmly confront them. Replace I am not enough with I'm learning. Replace I always mess up with I made a mistake and I'm still growing. Make a list of rebuttals for each negative voice you hear. Something that helps me to rise and rebuild in my own life is creating scenarios that help me cope. Here is one such scenario. Think of these voices in your head as coming from your emotions, made up of child agents who have been with you since you were little and who love you unconditionally. They jump into action to protect you from harm, and they have been doing that most of your life, beginning from very early childhood. These agents were trained to protect you at a time when you were too young and too inexperienced to protect yourself. They never grow up, and there's no continuing education for them. So, your protection detail jumps into action whenever you feel something new or unknown. They perceive those things as dangerous for you. I have this picture in my head of my emotional secret service. as a vast army of emotions rushing in to protect me from harm. Anger, resentment, fear, and anxiety lead the squad. They come outfitted and armed for battle. They're broadcasting over our covert internal channel, and they bring to my attention all the dangers I can face. These are the voices in my head. These agents run alongside me. They clear the path before me whenever I approach a new and unknown situation or issue. They even jump in front of me as they try to protect me. But in doing so, they often hinder my forward momentum. I stop, I acknowledge them, and I thank them for trying to protect me from further hurt. Then I send them back to their posts on crowd control, or I send them out to play, especially if they were formed when I was very young. Maybe like my friend and me, you battle with those relentless inner voices. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are a human being with layers, history, and wounds. You have some healing to do. Embracing the voices in your head is part of embracing you. And that's where real peace begins. So, again, 3 keys. You can acknowledge the noise without shame. You have the ability to hear your inner voices without fear. The critical, anxious, or weary thoughts don't disqualify you, they reveal where healing is needed. You are capable of listening to those inner voices with wisdom, not judgment. 2, you will. You will learn from what they're trying to protect you from. Healing begins when you stop fighting and start understanding. Your thoughts may be messy, but they're not meaningless. You will find patterns, stories, and survival strategies, and in that, the path to peace. And 3, you must neutralize the lies to move forward. Staying stuck in fear or self doubt isn't an option if you truly want to be well. You must confront the lies, rewrite the narratives, and speak truth back to your inner self and to your inner critic. Freedom isn't just available, it's your responsibility to walk toward it. Live purposefully. Stop just drifting through each day, comforting yourself with your old familiar thoughts. Complaining won't change your life. Shining light on the thoughts that drive you down the same old paths is the beginning of changing your life. If this spoke to something inside you, share it with someone who's battling their own noise today. This is Deb, encouraging you to rise and rebuild you. I'll see you in the next episode.